Imagine discovering a drink in a tiny pharmacy in Thailand, a drink that was made by someone else, taking it back to Europe, tweaking the formula, changing the branding, and turning it into one of the most powerful beverage empires in history. Today, Red Bull is worth over $15 billion, sells billions of cans every year, owns Formula One teams, football clubs, media companies, and sponsors everything from skydiving to space jumps. But here's the fascinating question. Was Red Bull a brilliant innovation or simply a repackaged version of someone else's invention? This is the unbelievable story of how a Thai energy drink became a global phenomenon and how one entrepreneur became an accidental billionaire. Before Red Bull existed, there was Krating Daeng. The name roughly translates to red gaur, a type of wild bull found in Southeast Asia. The drink was created in Thailand by a businessman named Chaleo Uvidya. Unlike modern energy drinks, Krating Daeng wasn't marketed to athletes or teenagers. It was sold to truck drivers, factory workers, construction laborers, night shift employees, people who needed energy to survive long working hours. And it worked. The drink contained ingredients like caffeine and taurine that gave workers a quick boost. Soon, Krating Daeng became incredibly popular across Thailand. Chaleo had built a successful business, but he had no idea that his local product would eventually become a global empire worth billions. That's because someone unexpected was about to walk into the story. A struggling Austrian marketer named Dietrich Mateschitz. In the early 1980s, Dietrich Mateschitz worked in marketing for a toothpaste company. His job required constant travel, long flights, jet lag, exhaustion. During one business trip to Thailand, he encountered something that changed his life forever. He drank a bottle of Krating Daeng, and according to the story, his jet lag disappeared. Most people would have simply enjoyed the drink and moved on. Not Mateschitz. His marketing instincts immediately kicked in. He noticed something important. The drink was wildly popular in Thailand, but nothing remotely similar existed in Western markets. In that moment, he saw a massive opportunity, and the idea that would eventually make him a billionaire was born. Not by inventing something new, but by recognizing the potential of something that already existed. Mateschitz approached Chaleo Uvidya with a proposal. Let's take this Thai energy drink and introduce it to Europe. Instead of competing, the two men partnered. The arrangement was surprisingly simple. Together they created a new company. Both sides would share ownership. The original creator, Chaleo, provided the product foundation. Mateschitz would handle branding, positioning, and expansion. This part is important. Many people describe Red Bull as a stolen recipe, but technically it wasn't stolen. The original creator remained a major shareholder. The partnership was legal and mutually beneficial. However, what happened next would cause many people to wonder whether the real genius belonged to the inventor or the marketer. Because Mateschitz didn't just export Krating Daeng, he transformed it completely. Here was the problem. The original Thai drink wasn't designed for European consumers. It came in glass bottles. It was extremely sweet, and it looked more like medicine than a lifestyle product. So Mateschitz redesigned everything. The taste was adjusted, the packaging was reinvented. Instead of a bottle, it came in a sleek silver and blue can. Then came the most powerful change of all, the branding. Instead of selling energy, he sold identity. The message wasn't, drink this because you're tired. The message became, drink this because you're ambitious, because you're adventurous, because you're different, because you want more out of life. Then came the slogan that would become legendary, Red Bull gives you wings. Suddenly, consumers weren't buying a beverage, they were buying a feeling, an image, a lifestyle. And that distinction changed everything. When Red Bull launched in Austria in 1987, many people hated it. Some thought it tasted strange. Others didn't understand what category it belonged to. Was it soft drink, medicine, sports supplement? Nobody knew. Retailers were skeptical. Investors doubted the concept. Some countries even restricted or investigated energy drinks due to concerns about unfamiliar ingredients. For years, growth was slow. But Mateschitz stayed focused on one strategy: create hype. Not through traditional advertising, through experiences. And this would become one of the greatest marketing decisions in business history. Most beverage companies spend money telling people they're exciting. Red Bull became exciting. The company sponsored snowboarding, motocross, skateboarding, cliff diving, surfing, Formula One. Instead of paying celebrities to hold cans, they built an entire culture. Then they went even bigger. Red Bull didn't just sponsor events, it owned them. It became a media company disguised as a beverage company. And perhaps the most famous example came in 2012. Millions watched as Austrian skydiver Felix Baumgartner jumped from the edge of space. The event generated worldwide attention. Every headline featured the same two words: Red Bull. No traditional advertising campaign could have achieved that level of exposure. The company wasn't selling energy drinks anymore. It was selling human achievement. And consumers loved it. As Red Bull expanded globally, sales exploded. Country after country embraced the brand. The company entered airports, convenience stores, nightclubs, gyms, universities. Eventually, Red Bull became synonymous with the entire energy drink category. Millions became billions. Billions became tens of billions. Dietrich Mateschitz became one of Europe's richest people. Meanwhile, the Uvidya family also accumulated enormous wealth through their ownership stake. A drink originally designed for Thai workers had become a global powerhouse. And all because somebody saw potential where others saw only a local product. So what can entrepreneurs learn from the Red Bull story? First, you don't always need to invent something revolutionary. Sometimes the biggest opportunity is hidden inside something that already exists. Second, marketing can be just as powerful as invention. The product matters, but perception matters too. And finally, the real value isn't always in creating an idea. Sometimes it's in recognizing an idea's potential before anyone else. Was Red Bull built on a stolen recipe? Not exactly, but it was built on an existing product that most of the world had never seen. And through brilliant branding, fearless marketing, and relentless execution, a local Thai energy drink became a global empire worth billions. And that might be one of the greatest business stories ever told. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to Business Tactics Room for more unbelievable stories of wealth, power, and business empires. Because sometimes the biggest fortunes are made not by inventing something new, but by seeing what everyone else missed.